Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. Let me show the first slide. So I assume slide is visible and I'm audible. Today's topic is power of Proverbs. The purpose for giving this talk. Educate. That means to share some information and knowledge with you all about Proverbs. Enlighten. You'll get more insight and you'll get a better understanding of the wisdom that is hidden inside these Proverbs. Third E, empower. So that is a 3E. Educate, enlighten, and empower. Definition of proverb. A short statement that gives advice or expresses some common truth. Point is truth. Universally accepted truth. There won't be any dispute, no difference of opinion. So proverbs are pearls of wisdom. And in a previous talk, I said that wisdom equation, knowledge plus common sense. And this common sense especially grows with experience and with the thinking. So these proverbs, inside the proverbs, the message, there is wisdom. There are many books on proverbs. The third title, Proverbs for Teens, Teenagers. Friends, take this message seriously. I request you to take this message seriously. At a very young age, make it a habit of sharing at least one or two proverbs with your children or grandchildren. Explain that one, that knowledge and wisdom, that will empower them. They will be very successful in the long run. Don't miss that opportunity. In the schools, they don't. Teachers, they don't talk about proverbs. So at home, and this won't take more than 5 minutes, just 5 minutes a day. One or two proverbs. Is it doable? Is it something which can be done, practical? Then put D in the chat box. If it is doable, yes. Thank you. It is doable. Do that one. You will be convinced by the time I complete my presentation, the value of learning or reading or understanding proverbs. My webinars are always based on, in this one, FTET. Facts, truths, experience from my own personal life, where I applied the wisdom I gained from the proverbs. Then thoughts. First proverb, lend your money and lose your friend. It has happened to me. Between the age of 20 and 40, I did lend money to some of my friends, and only some less than 50% of them, they repaid that money. Everybody else, they didn't return the money and they became enemies. So you lend your money to a friend, you lose the friend and you gain an enemy. Has this happened to anybody else? Dr. Archana, she said it has happened to her. What about others? I want to know whether I was the only guy who was so stupid to I was the only guy, whether Anthony Puthanpurakalji. So I wish I had learned this proverb when I was 20 years old. So I learned it in the hard way. Then subsequently, when I discovered this proverb, so it is not something unusual. So this is something which happens commonly, not only in Kerala, not only in India, and that proverb origin is from a different country, you know.
मेरा कमरा खुला है कि बंद है?
Scottish proverb.
Check कर.
Sanalkumar, I will make you also a co-host.
छोटी लाइट ऑन करिए.
Somebody has unmuted.
Sir, you got muted.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I unmuted. Now, accidentally that happened. So this is a very valuable message. Make your children and grandchildren also be aware of this. Otherwise, most of the time they trust. They betray. When it comes to the money, even the friends, close friends, if you lend them, more than 50% of them, they may not repay, and they will turn very bitter enemies. Even one enemy can ruin your peace of mind and happiness. Even one enemy. So keep your money to yourself. So this is the first proverb. I'll be showing some 20 or 25 proverbs from different countries. Most of them are from Africa and China. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. Do you want me to explain this? If you want me to explain this one, put E. Because sometimes you may find it difficult to understand. There is no enemy within. Explain. Okay, good. Thank you. Our own inner voice. There is inside us. There is another person. That person will talk to us. It is called self-dialogue. And if our mindset is negative, then that inner voice always criticizes us. So you'll become a self-critic. And our inner voice will blame, and our inner voice will call us stupid. If something goes wrong, if there's a failure, the inner voice, so that is our inner enemy, the enemy within. So if you know how to manage that enemy within and make that one stop, then others, outside people, when they criticize, is not going to hurt you. Otherwise, you will find it extremely difficult to deal with your inner enemy and outer enemy. Now, is it clear? If it is clear, put C in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Because I am trying my best to explain everything using plain English and simple examples. Thank you. Chinese proverb. Insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing in the same way and expecting a different outcome. Do you want me to explain with an example? If you want me to explain, I will explain. Put E. Yes. Okay. You want me to explain? Asal Kumarji. Yes. Okay. Look at this. I'm giving real life example. Real life example. Even after being cheated by somebody or betrayed by somebody, some people, they again give money when they ask. That is doing the same thing again and expecting a different outcome. That's one example. In the politics right now in country, democracy, our country is a democratic country. There are some leaders who are very corrupt, highly corrupt, already convicted, and still the public, they vote for them, they elect them, give the power, and give them the opportunity to loot more. I don't have to mention the names. Is this true? Is it not insanity? Are you convinced? Again, if you are convinced, put C. Yes, Arjanaji, thank you. Ayo, Shekhar. Okay. I'm giving a specific example. I'm apolitical, but a fact is fact. Facts are facts. Some people may not like the facts. That's not my problem. Facts are facts, truths are truths. In Kerala, no industries. There are some industries shut down. Farming, agriculture, no. No real growth and development when the neighboring country, state, Tamil Nadu, is growing like anything. So what is happening? In spite of that one, here, again and again, the public, they vote for the same two different political parties. They are not even willing to try a third front. And here some people may think, oh, okay, I am trying to support somebody else. I'm telling the fact, my dear friend. It's a fact Kerala is in deep debt. Kerala is running because of the funds coming from the NRA remittance. That is more than 2 lakh crores. Otherwise, nothing. So is it convincing? Insanity is expecting by voting the same people that things will change. Is this example good? If this example is good, put G. If this example is good, G. Okay, Archana G. Roy Cherian. So that is insanity. And long time back, insanity means craziness. Long time back, Swami Vivekananda, almost 130 years back, when he passed through Kerala, he had been to different parts of India, and he called the people in Kerala, Kerala is a lunatic asylum. So 130 years back, he diagnosed that these people are crazy. So that insanity is the one now also we are seeing when it comes to the choice. Every 5 years, you have the right. But again and again, you are bringing back all these corrupt guys. The bad news, nothing lasts forever. The good news, nothing lasts forever. So do you want me to explain to make it clear? Some of you may be confused. If you are confused, it is perfectly okay to be confused. Hey, good news, again, nothing lasts forever. Bad news, nothing lasts forever. So what does it mean? Do you want me to explain? Put E. Because I want to know whether I need to explain certain proverbs. If you don't need explanation, I will move on to the next one. Do you want me to explain? Yes, Dr. Surendra ji. Simple. This is the one. Another paraphrase. Have you heard the expression? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. That means nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. For example, hard times, bad luck is not going to be there ever. Times change. Real example, just last year in Andhra Pradesh, the Chandrababu Naidu, he was arrested and put behind the bars. He was in jail for nearly 2 months. The allegation, when he was the chief minister, there was a skill development, some program or project, and the allegation was nearly 300 crores he looted. And who sent him inside the prison? Jagan Mohan Reddy. And his police investigated. Yes, it was a hard time. Now, 1 year later, now what has happened? Now, Chandrababu Naidu is the chief minister. So that bad time didn't last. Now it has changed. Now Chandrababu Naidu is doing the same thing. And within the last 1 week, he has demolished many of the structures, buildings, even the mother-in-law's house of Jagan Mohan Reddy. So now is it clear? It keeps on changing. How did I use this proverb? When I used to face some kind of some hard time, I used to remember, okay, this is not going to last forever. It will change. It will change. That is what Abraham Lincoln also often used to say, this too shall pass. Abraham Lincoln also, very favorite that one. Swami Chinmayananda, if you do the Google search, there's a quote there again. Swami Chinmayananda also talks about that one. This too shall pass. So this proverb has helped me in coping with the stress. Understand, my dear friends? Everybody is asking about stress management, that one, meditation, mantra, all those things, yoga. These proverbs are the wonderful. It is a mantra. Think like a mantra. Treat it like a mantra. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. If you agree, put A. Okay, Archana ji, Nalkumar ji, thank you. And many people, A. Because what I'm sharing is how these proverbs help me. And the very same proverbs can help everybody. And the stress is something unavoidable. So how to cope with stress, bad times, adversity. Remember this proverb. This too shall pass. Or bad news, nothing lasts forever. Good news, nothing lasts forever. Better alone than in bad company. Mexican proverb. Do you want to hear an interesting story? If you want to hear an interesting story, that will explain the wisdom hidden inside this proverb. If you want me to explain, yes. Okay, okay. Till just a few years back, I used to practice medicine. Now I'm leading a virtually retired life. And that time, I saw a patient who was close to 80 years old. He was in his late 70s. When I saw him, that old gentleman, he's a Caucasian. Caucasian means white guy. He was the depression screening. Always the nurses, first they do depression screening. They administer 4 questions. And if he says yes to 2 questions, then yes, depression. Then it becomes my responsibility to address that issue. This guy, all the 4, For 4 questions, 400%. His response was positive, yes. Okay. And I talked to him, this is what happened. When he was around the age of 75, he lost his wife. And he became a widower. And he was living in his own house, a three-bedroom house. And he was feeling lonely. Get that loneliness. Because he was feeling lonely, he thought of marrying again. And he and he married a woman who was 55 years old. Honeymoon period, very good, wonderful. Then comes the real headache. That woman was an uncaring, unloving, and a very rude person. This is from his version. And she was a widow. And she had a son from her marriage. That guy was around 30 years old, and he was living initially in New York. And within few months after he married this woman, her son also came and started living in that house. Okay? And her son, he was a drug addict and alcoholic. And he was not doing any work. And both of them were demanding money from this guy. He was getting a social security of some $2,000 every month. So they would constantly demand money. So $1,000 to $1,200 he was paying, and no love, always a quarrel, argument. Life became a hell. So now he has the company. 2 people are there. Now his life is miserable. He was better off when he was lonely. Now he is actually more lonely in the presence of those 2 people. And at that time when I saw him, he was trying to get a divorce. And that also he told me, oh, it is going to cost me a lot. And then again, I may have to pay alimony and all those things. So better alone than in bad company. Is this story eye-opening, insightful? If it is insightful, put I. Yes. I really felt, oh, alimony, even in USA, oh, yes, Archanaji, yes. Oh, yes, alimony, child support. If you have a child below the age of 18, yes, all those things. So that way, he thought of getting relief from loneliness, Malayalam, or in English, from frying pan into fire. Okay? That loneliness, now he jumped into fire. So that is where I usually tell people, okay, the remedy. This is my advice. From this, understand this one. To be alone. Learn to convert loneliness into solitude. Solitude also, you are living by yourself. But you enjoy your own company. You don't require somebody else's company. Your own thoughts are positive. And if you have cultivate some good habits or hobbies, reading or playing music or photography or something, then you won't feel bored. The loneliness brings boredom. If you are engaged with some other creative activity, you won't feel bored. You won't feel lonely. And expand your social network. Expand your social network. These days, it is very easy. In the past, it used to be difficult. These days, almost everybody has got the smartphone. In India, including the beggars have the smartphone. So smartphone, and with the video call also you can make call, talk to them, and don't cost you even a single penny, free calls. So you won't feel lonely. Physically, you may be alone, but that social networking, that will take care of your loneliness. Every day, I usually end up spending 3 to 4 hours. I'm not kidding. 3 to 4 hours calling and talking to my friends and contacts in different parts of the world. I'm sure that is here. Krishna Arjunan will testify. Dr. Shaji will testify. Dr. Sanal Kumar will testify. Archana ji will testify. So, I am practicing what I'm preaching. Walk the talk. Is this a simple solution? Is this a simple solution? If it is a simple solution, put yes. Dr. Archana, again, nobody will feel lonely if they follow the practical advice I have given. It's not complicated. It won't cost you even a single penny. But again, remember, when you engage in some people, they may try to borrow money. Here also, after the webinar, 2 people, one person from some Calicut or something that she contacted and asked me for help her with some 2 lakhs. She will repay within, she has got some, this one she is trying to find a job in the Middle East. She wanted the financial help. And another guy from Kochi, is that okay, his laptop is broken and he needs money to buy a laptop. Yeah, people will try to, again, ask for money, financial. No. You give money, you lose both. Expand the network. Use the library. The online library, world library is in front of you, 24 hours. And listen to different enriching, enlightening talks, TED Talk, 99 Talk, and many this one are available. So that is the secret behind that is how I use my free time. Because after retirement, 8 hours. I have got 8 hours of free time. So that 8 hours, how I use. Some people use the term spend the time. How are you spending the time? No, that is wrong. Money you can spend because money is in your hands. Time, no. You cannot save, you cannot borrow, you cannot steal. Money, no. Archanaji, I will talk to you later to answer your question. Now, better alone than in bad company. If a problem can be solved, then it is not worth worrying about it. If it cannot be solved, then it is useless to worry about it. Japanese proverb. Is it understood? If you understood, put you. If it is understood. First you ask the question, is there a solution? Is it something solvable? If it cannot be, then what's the point? Don't worry about that. If it can be solved, do the right things to solve it. Fix it. Yeah, fix it. Instead of sitting and worrying and worrying and worrying. No. Do it. That's what I do. Any problem, any challenge. First, I look at that problem or challenge and ask the question, is it something I can solve? Or is it something outside my this one? If I can solve, then what should I do? That's how I approach. If it's outside my this one, forget about it. I have to bear with that one. I have to endure that one. When 2 elephants fight, it is the grass that gets hurt. African proverb. Oh, you may think, oh, yeah, in Africa, yeah, elephants. So what is the relevance? What is the relevance in our life? Do you want me to explain? Again, if you want me to explain, because I'm very good at thinking. Yeah. Weak suffer, okay. If you want me to explain, tell me. I'll give you a very real example. Okay, Sanal Kumar. When 2 elephants, they're fighting against each other, the grass is completely trampled. In our everyday life, when the parents fight against each other and the legal battle for divorce, and then the custody battle, the mother wants the custody of the child, and the father wants, then visitation, and all this battle, these two elephants, when they are fighting against each other, who is suffering? The children. Who are suffering? Children. Is this clear? Got it? The same way in the government sector, two different electricity board and the public, that one, when they are not on good terms, public suffer. Public suffer. Is this example crystal clear? If it is crystal clear, put CC. Many parents, they must realize that one. They must think, they must watch my video, and they must see that it's okay when we are fighting against it is the child who gets, and the child that damage, trauma, mental trauma, emotional pain, that will leave a lifelong scar. It's too damaging. It should not be taken lightly. Come on, Archana ji. We will talk at the end. During the questionnaire session, ask me the questions. Please don't ask questions now. Thank you. A tree with the strong roots laughs at storms. Malay proverb. When there is a heavy wind, you know that banyan tree, Malayalam, Alimaram, it won't fall. Okay? It is deep rooted. Nothing will happen to that one. Whereas coconut tree and the banana tree, they'll be uprooted. Is it true? What I'm saying? Is it true? If it is true, put T. Then I'm going to explain what is the relevance in everyday life. True. By this deep root, I mean knowledge and the skills. Those are the deep roots. If you have got a very good knowledge and skill, any adversity, just like that strong wind or storm, you won't be uprooted because you have the knowledge, skill that gives you the courage, that gives you the confidence. You will withstand, you will overcome all those things. Is it clear? Because I'm trying to explain what it means. That is how any proverb, I try to look for real life this one. A tree with the strong roots laughs at storms. That is a person, a man or a woman with a deep knowledge and very good skills will laugh at all these adversities. That is it. Okay, Jacob, thank you. Clear. That is why I always say, that's why I gave recently a talk, knowledge power. If you haven't watched that one, watch that video. The power of knowledge, word power, thought power. Everything I applied in my life. Everything. Don't think that I had a very, very smooth, comfortable, my life, always a bed of roses. No. Plenty of thorns. Plenty of adversities I have faced in my life. More than many people can even imagine. I didn't lose my sleep. I didn't have to take any medicines. Everything because of that deep root, tree with strong roots. The envious never give praise. They only take it in. Mexican proverb. If you want to know whether somebody is always a jealous person or a envious person, simple. It's not at all difficult to know what kind of a personality. Whether this person is always a jealous person, if they don't appreciate another person, if they don't praise another person when that person has done something right, then you can be sure, jealous. People who are jealous, people who are envious, They will try to find fault with others. They will try to belittle. They compare themselves and they feel upset. They think that, okay, by blaming or criticizing, to make other person feel bad. So if some of your friends, if they are, or some of your contacts, they don't appreciate whatever you do, that person jealous towards you. I have seen in my life also. My talks also sometimes occasionally in the YouTube, some people, when many people put many positive comments and even specific comments, occasionally somebody will say, oh, your talk was so boring. I wasted my time. Eh? So that's sort of a response also. A jealous person. Such people always try to be hecklers also. In any meeting, they will try to. I don't let them. The moment I identify, diagnose this is a heckler, then I put them in their place. In Malayalam, ചൊറിയുന്ന ചില ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ. ചൊറിയുന്ന. That is a sign that person is jealous and he is trying to irritate you. And during my medical school days, there was one professor. Always he is very jealous about other people, his juniors also. So others take very good class and he won't let them become very popular. He won't give class assignment and everything. So that kind of, even after becoming a professor, his basic personality. It's not enough to lay an egg. You have to crow about it. I don't know whether some of you have raised a chicken, poultry farm. Have you seen? Egg. The hen lays the egg. After laying the egg, it goes around. It cackles. It goes around after laying the egg. That is because when I was a child, we used to have some 4 or 5. There's a hens. And it cackles and it crows. Then I used to go and take the egg. So it has already laid the egg. That means going and telling, hey, I have laid the egg. Hey, I have done. It's telling everybody, I have laid the egg. In real life, this is where I am using. If you do something, in USA, I learned that one. In your CV, resume, you have to just brag about that one. Yes, I have done. I have accomplished this one. I have this one. That is how you market yourself. That is how you sell your image. Just like that hen. Initially, I was shy because in Indian culture, we will try to be very humble and all those things. Then I learned it. Yes. When I used to give every year my performance evaluation, self-evaluation, just like that hen. First sentence will be 100% punctuality in reporting for work. I used to put 100% punctuality because that is very favorable. The moment I log on, immediately that is a timestamp. After coming to the hospital only, I can log on. The federal government hospital, 100%. Then no, that is what you call the forms unfilled or everything. So like that, the hen, tell your children, tell your grandchildren, take home message. That is that they must tell others. That's what I'm doing. Just like the hen, whatever I have done. That's what I'm doing in this forum. My personal experience when I'm sharing, I'm like that hen. Do you get it? If you get it, put yes. Do you understand? Just like the hen. Yeah. Analogy. If you are passive, others won't come to know about it. Look at the politicians. They are like 10 hen. They claim, brag. And the poor, the voters, they believe even the lies. They tell many lies, and the voters, they believe those lies. And they vote for them. They get cheated. One falsehood spoils 1,000 truths. African proverb. That's what they do in the court, the legal battle. The attorney's cross-examination lawyer, they always try to discredit you. Inadvertently again, you tell a lie, finish. One lie is enough. Even if you are told 99 truths, one lie is enough to discredit all the 99. Remember this, when you go to a court in the witness stand, witness box, the lawyer will try to discredit you by trying to tell some lie inadvertently. You may not think, no, it is not a big deal. Okay, you may lie. Finish. Is this clear? Yes, I was very conscious about that one. So when I had 9 cases, okay, Archana ji, she's a lawyer, 9 cases. Not even once they were able to catch me off guard. Not even once. If it is a tricky question, then I will say, I don't recall. Safe. I won't say yes or no. I don't recall. Because memory, yeah, you cannot remember everything. So it's not a lie. So I'm safe. Or then I may say, I'm not sure. Love is a painkiller. If somebody loves you, and if you know that itself will do wonders for you. Old age people with different knee pain, back pain, and all those things, their children love them, or their loving, caring, trustworthy friends, that will make them feel happy. When they are happy, the hormones, neurotransmitters, including endorphin. Endorphin is a painkiller. So try to win the love, or self-love itself can help you. Love is a painkiller. A frog in a well knows nothing of the sea. Japanese proverb. Limited knowledge, limited exposure. In Kuba Manduga. That is what, unfortunately, this is a truth. Some people may not like it. A significant number of people, especially because I know Kerala state, because I'm from Kerala. That's right. They are like the frogs in a well. They have not traveled outside. They have not seen the world. And they think that they know everything because they have a MA, master's degree, or a PhD. They know everything. They're all frogs in a well. And in the TV channel, the Charcha, they come and talk about that and stupidity complete. Travel expands your mind. That Santosh Kulangara, that guy, he has seen he has been to more than some 80 or 100 countries. What he knows, what he has seen. And that is what gave the strength for Rajiv Gandhi also. Rajiv Gandhi was Air India pilot before he became a full-time politician. He had been to different countries. So he saw how things were done, computerization, how the computer. So that's why when he became the prime minister, yes, he aggressively went for the computerization. There again, the Kerala people objected. Oh, computer valkaranathine, we are against the computerization. Stupid people living in a frog, in a well. Is this example clear? Do you agree? If you agree, put A. Frogs in a well. Especially Kerala people. Significant number. They are always against. They are not for anything. They are against Yandravalkaranathine, they are Kandakumitvalkaranathine, Udaravalkaranathine, Ellathinu edire matrame ullu. Thank you. Not to know is wrong, not to wish to know is worse. I don't have to explain. Staying ignorant. If you are ignorant, unintentionally, that itself is wrong. Intentionally, I don't want to read. I don't want to know. This webinar, again, I have notified many people. Some people, yeah, they don't know many things, but they are not interested. They don't come for this webinar. That is not to wish to know. It's worse. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large numbers. That is what in democracy, what is happening? Majority of the people, are they intelligent? Majority? No, they are not intelligent. They can be easily cheated. That is why the politicians, they do. They offer false promises. Yeah, 8,500 rupees. 1 lakh, you don't have to do anything. Where will the money come from? What will happen to the growth and development of the country? Do they think? No. So democracy is a curse, especially in India. It is bribing the voters. Silence cannot be misquoted. Control your emotions or they will control you. I have to finish, though I'm going at Vande Bharat Express speed. During the discussion, after 9 o'clock again, we will continue the discussion. At that time, if you ask me, I will explain. He who depends on himself will attain the greatest happiness. Success comes from loving what you do. African and the same one in Chinese proverb, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. A child's life is like a piece of paper on which every person leaves a mark. Be careful. Be careful. Many people, they do the big mistake. They leave the child under the care of some babysitting to make money. Babysitter, whatever that babysitter, vulnerable. The child is like a blotting paper, mind. That one gets imprinted. Be careful. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is 1 day with a great teacher. The same one, a single conversation with a wise man, is worth a month's study of books. That is what I used to do. Many people who are retired, old people, when I was in my 30s, I used to go and spend time with them. Their wisdom, I used to learn. I used to ask right questions, learning many things from the elderly people. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Here also, that's what I'm doing. If you hear, you may forget. If you see the slides, you may remember. But when I'm asking you, yes or this one, agree, understood, clear, everything, now I'm involving you. Get it? I'm involving you. So you will remember that better. The Chinese proverb. Next week, courage. Then self-esteem boosters, stupidity quotient, just like intelligence quotient, IQ. That is my Zoom link. Thank you for joining this webinar. Now we have roughly 8 minutes for Q&A. So be brief if you are asking a question. Then after 9 o'clock, don't go away. If you want to learn something more, the discussion will continue. But the recording, I will stop the recording exactly at 9 o'clock. So if you want to ask a question, raise your hand and ask a question. Be specific and be brief. ചൊറിയുന്ന ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കരുത്. Okay? Yeah. Okay, Shaji ji.
How many proverbs are there in English?
Proverbs, the number. Okay.
Number.
Okay. That question, what is the relevance? I don't understand. Because the proverbs are thousands, just like the quotation. I started reading and collecting quotations in 1980 when I was 28. Before that, I didn't have it was not a hobby or a habit to read proverbs or quotations. I got interested in 1980. I used to go to the university library in the afternoon and the reference section, thick volumes, some 1,000 pages, proverbs and quotes. I used to go there with a notebook. At that time, there was no computer and all those things. So I used to write down and proverbs. Even now, I'm learning something new. So I have a personal collection of more than 40,000 quotations and proverbs. These collections are up reading 5 times more. I don't save everything. If I read 5 quotations, I may like 1 quotation. So all the other 4, I don't save them. So if I have 40,000, that means I must have read easily more than 200,000 quotes and the proverbs.
I have one more question. Would you allow?
Oh, yes.
This black triad leader, in what verb you can include them?
Say that again.
Black triad leader.
I don't
For example, I
understand
will
what
tell
you're
you.
asking.
Example, I will tell you.
Okay.
Mussolini, Hitler, Mao, Stalin, the present North Minister, our Pinarayi Vijayan also comes under, because they are psychopaths.
No, Shaji ji, it would be advisable not to label somebody in our current this one, because subsequently when somebody watches this one, it is easy for them to say, Dr. Reddiar,
No,
encouraging.
example I told.
Everything they will twist, they will turn around, and they will say that it's okay, Dr. Reddiar is against the chief minister. No. Other countries, fine. But in India, one is a bit careful before we label something. But so that is my point. But one thing, they are all master psychologists. That is one common denominator. Whether it is a Hitler, whether it is a Lenin or Stalin or whoever it is, any politician, successful, they are master psychologists. They know the pulse. They know how to manipulate. They know how to brainwash. What is, if you brainwash them, they will become your slave. They will do whatever you want them to do. So that is where the success is. That is because, as I told you, if you take 100 voters, more than 70% of them their IQ level is very low. They cannot think rationally. They cannot think rationally. Freebies, yeah. They don't even ask the question. If he is going, and in this I can say, from Tamil Nadu, recent election, I came to know from a reliable source. On particular political party, for each voter, they gave 2,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees for casting their vote. The family of 5 people, from 10,000 to 25,000 rupees. Are they thinking? From where does that money come from? If that person is giving this much money, he is going to loot. Nothing. So that is the problem.
But your expressions proves the truth. I am saluting you.
Okay, righto, right. Okay, anybody else who wants to ask a question? We have 2 more minutes. Question. After that, we'll get into discussion. We have one Kavita, a new person I haven't seen, and Molly Joseph also is new, recently joined. Sudha Matthew. Then welcome everybody, and don't feel inhibited.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, ask a question, no problem. Related to this one. Sudha Matthew and the newcomers, did you find this session useful and insightful? If so, please put IU, insightful and useful, IU, in the chat box. Others also.
It's
Okay,
useful.
Ajiji. So you found this one insightful and useful? Okay, thank you. And not ICU, IU. Okay, thank you. And I have a collection, I told you, and I may come again after some time with the Proverbs again, part 2. I can go up to part 20. Proverbs, power of Proverbs, numerous. Okay, Sanakumarji, okay, I got it. And I'm going to stop the recording. Don't go away. And please share this video recording with your children and the grandchildren. And make them read or sit with them. Sit with them and watch this one together. That is the best gift you can do. Easy. This is a shortcut. People usually ask about shortcut. as from reading the Proverbs and understanding the meaning, that is a shortcut to empower yourself with practical wisdom.